All right, let's talk Oklahoma Sooners football. Of course, this time of the year, all eyes are on the current recruiting class, that 2024 class. And Oklahoma, of course, has done a pretty solid job in that department. But like all great programs, the Sooners aren't just focusing on the short term, they've got an eye towards the long term as well. And that leads us directly into this story about the 2025 recruiting class. Let's pull up the report. This is from Storman and Norman and talk about it on the other side. All right, Oklahoma football recruiting has added an offensive lineman and 10th commitment to its growing 2025 class. Ryan Foje, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a 6 foot 5 inch, 275-pound offensive tackle from Cypress, Texas, about 37 miles northwest of Houston. Foje attended Brent Venables, elite camp last summer and received a scholarship offer from the Sooners in August. That was his first college offer. Since then, however, the promising offensive lineman has been gaining steam and currently holds as many as 17 offers. Among those programs who have shown high interest in Foje are USC, Texas, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Nebraska, and Missouri. He is considered a top 40 offensive line talent and impressed OU offensive line coach Bill Bedenbaugh when he was on the Norman campus last summer. Obviously, this is a big get early in the 2025 cycle for Oklahoma. Brent Venables continues to do a good job in this department. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this move. But first, Oklahoma fans in the comment section below. Obviously, we're talking 2025 here, but we're going to switch to 2024 real quick. Give us your favorite recruit in the Sooners 2024 recruiting class and put them in the comment section below. But Miles, give me your thoughts on this move and just what it means for Oklahoma long term.
Yeah, Nick, I think this is a pretty good move for Oklahoma. Probably a little bit underrated offensive line talent here. A guy early on, probably going to get better as the years go on, probably get a little more size on him. I think this is going to turn out to be a very good pickup for him. But I think this just speaks to the overall story here, which is they've already gotten so many commits, 10 commits in this 2025 class, top five class already by the Oklahoma Sooners. And what have they done, Nick? They've dominated the state of Oklahoma and they've already started sneaking into Texas. They've gotten 3 pickups from the state of Texas, including Foje as well. I think that is huge by Coach Venables and this Oklahoma recruiting staff. Just they both are moving together to go over to the SEC. What is the best way to get your best foot forward going to a new conference, having to compete with a little bit higher level of competition? Steal some guys from your hated rival who's also moving over with you. Get into their home state, get the state of Texas. Because we talk about it all the time. How do you win the recruiting battle? First, dominate your home state. Boom, they did that. What do you do next? You got to dominate the bigger surrounding areas where all the high level talent is. You got the Californias, the Texases, the Floridas, Ohio's, stuff like that. Then you go around and get some of those underrated talents, be able to, go to the places around the country where the talent isn't as well evaluated. You can get those diamond in the rough players. Well, it seems like Foje is a diamond in the rough style of player in the state of Texas. So, 2 birds, 1 stone there, getting an underrated guy from a rival's home state as well. I think this is a huge move by Coach Venables. Just the overall, just starting early on the 2025 class, getting a great foot forward and getting themselves fully entrenched and ready to go in the trenches as well into the SEC.
So there's a lot to like about this move. So I watched Foje's film, his highlight film that's available online. And look, one of those things about high school highlight film, especially with offensive linemen, it's really hard to tell based on competition and things like that. And it's just a select subset of plays. Like, how good is this player? So you look for tells, right? Does a player look bigger and stronger than his competition? That's usually an indication of a guy who's going to be really good at the next level. Is he clearly head and shoulders above the competition at the high school level? Foje clearly is when you look at the film. But the most important tell, in my opinion, for offensive linemen is athleticism. Let me tell you, fans, these guys can move. Foje can move. He is an unbelievable athlete. They did all kind in high school. He's a pulling tackle. They do all kinds of stuff with him. He also plays bully ball as well. He's got a great set of thumbs, great set of feet, great athlete. This guy's going to be a heck of a player for Oklahoma. And again, he can put on some size. If you watch him on film, he actually looks really thin, and he's 275 pounds. He could get up to 300, 310 very, very easily and maintain a lot of the athleticism. But I want to focus real quick on what you said, Miles, about recruiting strategy. And if you look at the 2025 class for Oklahoma, they've got 10 commits, 6 from the state of Oklahoma, 3 from Texas, 1 from Missouri. So again, they're following that great strategy, that proven formula of success. Start local, start in state, earlier on in the recruiting cycle. As the cycle matures, go a little outward a little bit. We saw this with Foj getting him from Houston, and later on, then expand nationally. That's the proven formula for success. That's exactly what Brent Venables is following. And again, we talk about this all the time with Oklahoma. It is clearly undeniable that they've got a strategy. They've been sticking to it. We saw them follow the same recruiting strategy with the 2024 class, which we started talking about last offseason. It's just what they do. It worked out really well in 2024 in terms of the recruiting class. They got a lot of young talent. We'll see how they perform this upcoming season. The 2023 class, excuse me, played well in 2023. They're going to get better. 2024 class emerging, obviously, when they come to campus, see what they can do in 2024. But again, whatever happens this season, it's clearly a strategy in place that will work if you give it time. That's exactly what Venables has done in Norman. And I think eventually we'll see this Oklahoma Sooners team back where they belong in the top 4, 5, 6 in the country. Heck, it could start this year, but even if it doesn't, I think the future is very bright for the Sooners.
And one last thing I'd keep my eye on here, Nick, is Foj, good prospect in his own right, but Sooners also have their eyes on his teammate, Jonte Newman, also from Cypress, Bridgeland High School. 4-star prospect, pretty high rated 4-star prospect. So I'm thinking, get Foj first, then maybe they set their sights on a little higher rated prospect in Newman, get them both coming over together, stack wins on this offensive line. I think this really smart play by Venables and Co. I'm excited to see how that plays out as well.